The city bus hissed to a stop with a tired exhale, releasing a wave of warm evening air perfumed with the scent of reheated fries and cheap perfume. Daniel Reyes stepped off, his work boots thudding onto the pavement. A lunchbox dangled from his hand, dented on one corner, a souvenir from his daughter accidentally dropping it during a pretend cooking game. For Daniel, even dents were memories. He checked his phone, 11:47 p.m. Another double shift finished. Another night where he'd be asleep before his head hit the pillow. He walked toward the all-night grocery store. The automatic doors parted, spilling fluorescent light onto him like a welcome mat. Daniel grabbed two things, milk and a small pack of glitter stickers shaped like stars. His daughter, Sophia, had been obsessed with turning everything she owned into a constellation. If stickers could give her joy, then stickers were worth the sacrifice. He paid, slipped the items into his backpack, and headed toward the parking lot where he usually waited for his coworker's carpool ride. Across the street, a rooftop lounge pulsed with music, bass vibrating against the quiet night, lights flickering like applause. Young professionals spilled out, full of laughter and secrets. Daniel didn't notice any of them. Not until a crash echoed. A woman pushed through the velvet rope entrance, wobbling slightly as she tried to place her feet on the pavement. She wasn't sloppy or wild, just frustrated and off balance, like someone whose brain was moving faster than her body. She tugged at the strap of her heels, clearly regretting her shoe choices. Behind her, a man followed. His smile was sharp enough to cut paper. "Come on, Mira. Don't be dramatic," he coaxed. She kept walking. The man stepped in front of her and lifted his phone. "Just look at me. One photo, you'll get thousands of likes from it." No, she tried to wave him off. "Stop. I'm done. I want to go home." "You're a CEO," he said. "People eat this stuff up. It makes you relatable." Daniel paused 3 steps away. The woman was trying to walk past the man, but he kept blocking her path. His phone hovered like a trap, ready to capture whatever angle made her look weakest. Daniel felt something familiar tighten in his chest, the instinct he developed from being the quiet kid who saw bullies before teachers did. He stepped forward. "Hey," Daniel said, voice even. "She doesn't want a photo." The man finally turned. His expression flickered with annoyance. "Mind your business, guy. Doesn't look like she's okay with it." The man scoffed. "Do you know who she is?" Daniel glanced at the woman. Her eyes, sharp, intelligent even in their exhaustion, met his. She didn't look powerful right now. She looked trapped. "We're done here," Daniel replied simply. The man lifted his phone higher, thumb hovering over the record button. Daniel placed a hand on the phone and gently pushed it down, not aggressive, not dramatic. Just firm enough. "Delete the picture," Daniel said. "What? Are you crazy?" No, Daniel held steady. "But I'm not letting you force someone into something she clearly doesn't want." For a beat, no one moved. A few people nearby slowed down to watch. The man's confidence faltered. He pulled the phone back, muttering something under his breath before retreating toward the lounge entrance. When he was gone, the woman exhaled. A long, shaky breath. "Thank you," she murmured. "No problem," Daniel said. "You all right?" She nodded, though the gesture was slow, like she wasn't fully anchored to the ground yet. Daniel noticed her clutching a clutch bag like it was a fragile secret. "I just needed air," she said. "People always want something from me." "I didn't want anything," he said. And that, strangely, made her eyes soften. A gust of cool night air brushed through the lot. Her shoulders tensed as if remembering she had no jacket. Without thinking, Daniel unzipped his backpack, pulled out his work sweater, soft from too many washes, and held it out. "Here," he offered. She stared at it. "That looks warm." "It's not fancy, but it works." She slipped it on and closed her eyes briefly, like the warmth felt like safety. Daniel sat on the curb, leaving space for her to join him. She hesitated, then sat, carefully, like she wasn't used to sitting on sidewalks. "What's your name?" she asked. "Daniel," he replied. "You?" Her lips curved. "Mira." It was a simple name, spoken without pretense. He didn't know her last name, her status, her wealth. He saw a woman who needed help. She saw someone who wasn't trying to gain anything. "Are you heading home?" she asked. "Eventually," he answered. "Waiting for a ride." She twirled the strap of her clutch. "I don't want to order a car service. They track everything I do. Do you want me to call someone for you?" Daniel offered. She stared at him, confusion crossing her features, like she couldn't decide whether to trust him or collapse. "No. I don't want to owe anyone tonight." "Helping isn't a debt," Daniel said. Her breath hitched, and she looked down at the pavement. "Most people don't think like that." Daniel didn't know what to reply, so he just sat there. A minute passed. Then she noticed the stickers poking through the open zipper on his backpack. "You have kids?" Mira asked. "One," he said. "Sophia. She's 6. She must think you're a superhero." He chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck. "Compared to glitter stickers? I don't stand a chance." Her laugh was small but real. "Is her mom?" "She passed," he said quietly. "It's just me now." Mira stopped twirling the clutch. "I'm sorry." He nodded. "We get through." She steadied him again, not with pity, but with a tenderness that felt unfamiliar. "I like how you talk," she said. "You don't try to impress me." "I don't know you," Daniel said. That made her smile. "I like that even more." A car engine roared nearby, and Daniel noticed the lounge staff eyeing them, whispering. Mira noticed it too. "I should go," she said. "I'll walk you to the street." He did. When a taxi finally pulled up, she stepped inside but held the door with her hand. "Daniel?" "Yeah?" "You didn't treat me like a headline." "I didn't recognize you," he admitted. "Just saw someone who needed help." Her eyes shimmered, not because of tears, but because something in her shifted. "If we cross paths again," she said, "I'll be less of a mess." "If we cross paths again," he replied, "you won't need to impress me." She closed the door, and the taxi pulled away. Daniel watched it fade into traffic, unaware that the woman in that car was Mira Langford, CEO of Langford Industries. Unaware that tomorrow, she would walk into the construction company office, see him, and remember everything. And this time, she wouldn't look past him. Daniel didn't think about Mira again after that night. He woke up at 5:15 a.m., packed Sophia's lunch, braided her hair as best as a dad could, kissed her forehead, and rushed to clock in at the construction site before the foreman started his usual barking. Life didn't give him space to daydream. By 8 a.m., dust floated through the air like powdered earth. Hammers echoed. Forklifts beeped. Men shouted. Daniel hauled lumber across the site, sweat stinging his eyes. He wiped his forehead with his sleeve when he heard the sudden hush ripple across the workers. Conversations died. Someone dropped a drill. Daniel turned and froze. A luxury SUV rolled in, tires crunching gravel. Doors opened. 2 assistants stepped out, followed by a woman in tailored clothing and sunglasses. Mira. Her steps were confident, steady, nothing like the vulnerable person he'd met the night before. Her voice, when she spoke, was polished steel. "I'm here to speak to site manager Ross," she said. Ross practically sprinted over, straightening his vest. "Ms. Langford." "We weren't expecting." "I didn't announce it." Workers watched from a distance, whispering. "Why is the CEO of the parent company here? She owns the whole contracting firm?" Daniel blinked. "CEO?" He didn't put it together when she introduced herself as just Mira. Ross escorted her across the site, pointing at things, pretending he knew more than he did. Mira barely heard him. Her eyes scanned the workers until they landed on Daniel. Recognition struck. Her lips lifted, not an extravagant smile, but something real. She walked toward him, leaving Ross mid-sentence. He stood frozen, mouth open. Daniel straightened, unsure what to do with his hands. Didn't expect to see you again. I told you, she said lightly, I owed you. The men nearby pretended to adjust equipment just to eavesdrop. Mira pulled something from her bag, a small thermos. You left your sweater. I brought it back. And a coffee. The strong kind. Thought you might need it. He hesitated, then took the thermos. You didn't have to do that. I wanted to. Ross hurried over, panicked. Ms. Langford, this worker isn't authorized to. She turned slightly. He has a name, Ross. Try using it. Ross shrank. Mira faced Daniel again. I looked into your file this morning. You've never been late. Never missed a shift. You take overtime every chance you get. Daniel felt exposed. I just do what I need to. You do more than that. Most people do the bare minimum. You do the maximum without expecting anything back. She took a slow breath, as if choosing her next words carefully. I want to offer you a promotion, she said. Silence swallowed the construction yard. A supervisor position. Better pay. Better hours. No more juggling two jobs. Daniel stared at her, stunned. Why me? Her answer was soft. Because you helped me when I was just a person, not a title. His throat tightened. For years, he'd been invisible, a name on a timesheet, a body lifting weight. No one saw him. But she did. Think about it if you need time, she added. No, he said. I don't need time. Mira smiled, small but full of pride. Sophia's glitter sticker sheet peeked from his backpack. Mira noticed it, and something softened again. You're doing everything you can for your daughter, she said. Let someone help you for once. Daniel swallowed, voice rough. Thank you. She held his gaze just a moment longer. You earned this. As she turned to leave, every worker stood in stunned silence. Daniel wasn't invisible anymore. Not to her. Not to the world that had overlooked him for so long.